To add a blog to the platform, you're going to want to navigate over to the Sites button on the left-hand navigation. And then at the top navigation, once you've selected Sites, click on Blogs. That's going to take you over to the page that you can set up your blogs and also create blog posts. The first time you set one up, it's going to display this information here. It says that you need to create a funnel or website page to host your blog and also start by writing a blog post. I actually recommend that you start with writing a couple blog posts so that it can populate the content on the site. So we're going to go ahead and start by adding a blog post. So click the green Create Blog Post button. And what you're going to do is start with the SEO meta information that's going to display for the blog post itself. So give your blog post a title. So here we'll once you click the box, it's going to open up a submenu that says Create New Blog Post. So you're going to give your blog post a title. So here we'll do Sample Blog Post as our example. You're going to want to give it a description. Now, descriptions are what's going to display when people share it on social media and things like that. It's also what's going to display if the article is indexed by Google. So you want to keep this short, but give viewers a glimpse of what the post is about. Give them something exciting that they can actually get a little feel for what your blog post is going to be about if they click it and go into the information. So here we'll add, here is a little description. All right. So once you've got your description done, you're going to want to upload a blog post image. This is also the image that will show up on social media. So I want to make sure that this image is going to be attention grabbing and so forth. You do have some limitations on size. So you want it to be 600 pixels by 400 pixels. And you have a supported image size up to 10 megabytes. So in order to upload an image, click Change. And then you can upload your file for the image. So here I've got an image that I've just downloaded that's the right file size. And I'm going to click Create Post. And once you do that, you should now have the sample blog post on here. Now up here in the menu, these are all your different options for editing the blog. You've got a undo button, a redo button. You've got some styling for your text, such as bold, italics, underlining, or strike through. You can select the font that you want to use for the blog, the size of the text, whether it's a paragraph or a heading. You can select the text alignment up here. Then you've got indentions, you've got bullets, the post, and also the numbered lists, and even a to-do list. You can set your text color up here. You can highlight text. You can insert a link, insert an image or video. You can add a quote. And you can also insert emojis. You can insert a divider. And you can also format content that way. And you can also format selected content. So let's run through some of these examples. Let's say we want to bold this text. All you would do is highlight the text and click the bold button. Now your text is bold. If you want to give it an italics, you just click the italic button. You can change the font by selecting the font that you want to change and change it to a different style. You can also highlight text and change its size. You can change if you want it to be a header or a paragraph section. So you can play with all these different stylings to get the look and feel that you want for your blog post. You can also change the alignment. So let's say we want this to be centered. You just click the center text align. If you want it to be left align or right align, just select those options. If you want it to be justified text, select the text justified. If you want to have an indentation to the left or right, you can use these buttons to move your content to the left or right of the page. You can also add in a bulleted list. So let's say we have a list of item 1, item 2, and we want this to be bulleted. All we got to do is select it and click the bulleted list icon. You can also change it to numbers or even a to-do list. If you want text to be a different color, let's say we want this to be red, we could select text and then set the color to a different color. Now it's red text. If you don't like the color options that are available from this palette, you can also select this and have a color picker to make it any color that you want. You can also highlight text that's important as well. You can add in a link. So let's say we want to add a link to google.com. We could type it and it can automatically read that it's a text, but if you want to insert a link, you can also type it here and you can make it to be in the current window or a new window. Once you're done, click add link. You can also insert an image. So let's say we want to have an image here. We can select our image. We can change the width and the height and also the alternative text for SEO. You can also highlight your picture and change where it's going to be on the page. So if you want it to be aligned to the left or to the center or to the right. You can also select how you want text to react to the list or to the image. So if you want the text to be on the right-hand side or so forth, you can do that by selecting the wrap icons. You can also edit your image to change the size. So let's say we wanted this to be 300 by 100 or so. We can change the size of our image. So play with your settings to make your content look correct. You can add in a video by selecting the insert video. You can have one come from the media library or even add in a YouTube URL. You can also enter in a quote. And now you've got a quote indentation. You can add in emojis. So if you want to have specific emojis on your page, you can add those in. If you want to add a divider to a section, just place your cursor where you want the divider and click Insert Divider. You can also format all content or format selected. So if you wanted to change all of the text on the page, you just highlight it, and then you can, for example, change all the font at once to be a different style or size. If you want to just highlight one specific area, just highlight that, and then you can format just the selected to be exactly the way that you want it to be. So go through, play with your blog, and once you're finished, click Save and then Publish. You'll get a little success message here, and you can also click to publish. Once you've got your blog published, you need to add some different settings in to actually keep it as a published content for your blog. So first, you need to add a category. You can select from the drop-down menu here if you already have some categories, or you can add a new category by developing one for your site. So we'll just do one called coffee. And you can also give your category an image if you want. The recommended size is 512 by 512. Once you're finished, add the category. So now you can select the category from the drop-down menu. You can add keywords. So if you wanted, say we do one for coffee, you can add an author. If you don't have an author, you can create a new author name. This is helpful for the bottom of the blog as well, because you can add in their Facebook links and so forth as well. Once you're finished, you have two options: to publish or to save as a draft. So if you want to continue working on your blog, you may want to save it as a draft or to hold out for when you publish it. In our case, we're going to select publish, and we're going to select the date that we want to publish the article. So you can do any time in the past for publishing your content or today's date. Once you're finished, click Save, and now your blog is published. Now you'll notice that once you publish a blog, it will also change the blog menu. So if we go back to a different section and then click over to blogs, now our dashboard is slightly different than it was before. Inside this menu, you can see the total number of blog posts, the published blogs that you have, and see how many visitors a week you're getting. You can also see all of the blog posts down below. You can see the blog post title, when it was updated, the categories, whether it's published or in draft mode. And you can also do different actions like updating your post, duplicating your post, changing your SEO details, or even deleting your post. Now, the next time you want to create a blog, all you have to do is click on blogs and then add new post, and it'll take you through the same process.